My body is nothing but a cage, a source of pain and constant problems. Everything seems to come down to passing time until I can sleep again. Now, to sleep forever seems to be the most merciful thing. I have just read a few words left behind by Daniel Sommers, an Iraq war veteran who committed suicide in 2008 after a long bout with post-traumatic stress disorder, or PTSD. Unfortunately, Mr. Sommers' case is not a unique one. A study done by the Department of Veterans Affairs in 2013 showed that there are 22 veterans who commit suicide every day in America. That is one every 65 minutes. Today, I'm going to ask you to take a stand against veteran suicide. To do so, I am first going to tell you about PTSD itself, and then I'm going to tell you about the causes of the disorder. And finally, I'm going to present to you the nonprofit organization Paws and Stripes as a way to prevent veteran suicide. First, I would like to tell you about PTSD itself. According to mayoclinic.org, PTSD is defined as a mental health condition that is triggered by a terrifying event, experiencing it or witnessing it. Unfortunately, there is a staggering number of veterans who have PTSD in America. According to ptsd.va.gov, 11 and 20% of Afghanistan and Iraq war veterans are diagnosed with PTSD. The symptoms of PTSD include flashbacks of the war itself, depression, anxiety, anger, having nightmares, and even avoiding human contact altogether. My oldest brother Tim had to deal with PTSD after he came back from Iraq. The disorder made it so that he could not move on with life even after he was discharged. Now that you know what PTSD is, let's move on to what causes it. As mentioned before, PTSD is caused by extreme trauma. This is something that vets experience on a regular basis. So that you understand a little bit better what I am telling you about, I'm going to show you a short video clip of a firefight in Afghanistan. This clip was first shown on MSNBC in 2010.
Just before dark Saturday, soldiers from the 82nd Airborne Division fight off a Taliban surprise attack on an American outpost in the Arghandab Valley. 20 Taliban fighters are just 100 yards away.
As depicted in the video, soldiers are under extreme and constant stress. As a result, the soldier contracts PTSD, and whenever they come home, if they do not seek help, they are at an increased risk of committing suicide. According to ptsd.va.gov, there is a strong correlation between PTSD and veteran suicide. Thankfully, there are a very large number of nonprofit organizations such as Paws and Stripes that help combat veteran suicide. Now that we have talked about PTSD and its causes, let's talk about Paws and Stripes, a nonprofit organization dedicated to helping veterans. Paws and Stripes was founded in 2010 and is based out of New Mexico. The organization rescues dogs in shelters and trains them as service dogs for veterans with PTSD and other conditions. This saves both the dog's life and the veteran. They do this at no cost to the veteran as well, which, according to CNN.com, can save the veteran up to $15,000. When the veteran receives their service dog, they are given a companion, a support system that can reduce their anxiety and depression, and most importantly, a reason to live. A story by USA Today shows just how pivotal a service dog can be to the lives of veterans with PTSD. The following video shows Eric Scott as he is becoming angry, remembering his experience after he got back from Iraq during a TV interview.
I'd get mad, I'd get, extremely ugly words come out of my mouth and told them, just because they open a book, they can't put that stigma on me of what supposedly, I have just because that's what their books say and stuff like that. I was like, there has to be, you can tell I'm getting a little agitated.
The dog's ability to help veterans in such a profound way is a great reason for veterans to have sheltered service dogs. And Paws and Stripes is a great organization for them to get their service dogs from because they do not charge them anything. So therefore, please visit pawsandstripes.org and help prepare a desperate animal with a hurting veteran through a tax-deductible donation. Today, I have asked you to take action against veteran suicide by contributing to Paws and Stripes. To do so, I first told you about PTSD itself and its causes. Then I told you how Paws and Stripes has helped veterans cope with PTSD. I hope you take this information and pass it on, as well as contribute to Paws and Stripes. If you do so, you can help prevent the fate of Daniel Sommers from befalling any more of America's bravest heroes. Thank you.